Mark Rogers TV talking Big 12 football, and we're looking at the top 5 at every position across the conference. We've knocked out the quarterbacks. Now we're talking running backs, and we had some outstanding performances, of course, in 2014. How does it all project to this fall? We've got Tye Burger of Bringing on the Cats, Kansas State SB Nation. We've got Sean Cordy of Today's U, and we also have Melissa Triebwasser of Frogs O' War to talk up TCU, and we're looking at the Big 12 here, and we're looking at the running game. So, Tye, we'll start with you in your top 5.
Again, like with the quarterbacks, maybe I'm off the wall here. We'll find out, though, when the other two join in. Number 1, I'm going with Samaje Perine from Oklahoma. Not befitting Oklahoma's overall performance last year, maybe not the most consistent performer, but the biggest performances, certainly the game against KU. We all know that running against KU last year was not all that difficult necessarily, but 400-plus yards in the game is probably going to land you near the top. Number 2, I'm going with Aaron Green from TCU. Among many others on TCU's offense, my K-State Wildcats got an up-close and personal introduction to him last year in Fort Worth. Number 3, I'll go with DeAndre Washington, Texas Tech. Once again, Texas Tech can move the ball. Texas Tech can score points. The question is whether they can play any defense. Number 4, I'm going to say Shock Linwood from Baylor. Just yet another skill position player from Baylor that I expect to put up big numbers again this year. And number 5, I'm going to be maybe a little bit optimistic for K-State's chances and say Charles Jones. Jones was sort of the workhorse running back last year. He has really good feet, good vision, follows blocks well. Didn't get a ton of help from his offensive line. If the offensive line comes together a little bit this year, I think that Charles Jones is going to have a pretty solid year.
All right, there's your top 5 from Tye Burger, and Melissa's just having way too much fun listening to these top 5 lists. As soon as you got to Aaron Green at number 2, you got your number 1 quarterback, you got your number 2 running back. Yeah, we know. Life's good at TCU coming off that 2014. All right, Sean, who do you have at the running back position?
All right, yeah. Tye's not that much off his rocker. I pretty much agree with all of his picks. I'll start with number 5. I go with a different selection. I go with Jonathan Gray from Texas. He replaces Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown was a north-south runner, hit holes really hard. He did everything really well. But Jonathan Gray, the last few seasons, he's been splitting carries, and he's been a little bit injured. But he's coming in healthy this year. He's a really great lateral runner. He has 4.4 speeds. He's really shifty, and he can help out swoops back in the passing game as well. Then I'm going to go with DeAndre Washington from Texas Tech at number 4. Who had 1,400 yards from scrimmage last year, but only had 4 scores. So I'm really wondering if Kingsbury can get him into the passing game as well with May Holmes. Then at number 3, I'm going to go with Aaron Green, who is more of a 2B with my next selection, but he is lights out. He's not one of the fastest players on TCU's roster, but he's one of the best agile running backs I've seen in a long time. He's a great playmaker. He'll come up at the right times. As we saw in the Kansas State game, he goes against good defenses and does exactly what he needs to. Number 2A, I'll have Shock Linwood. I might have my Baylor bias showing here, but he hits holes really hard. He's kind of like a Darren Sproles type to me, a little bit bigger, but he's incredible. He's very consistent, and he is also good in the open. And then Samaje Perine from Oklahoma, he's the number 1 for sure. There's no way to say otherwise. As a freshman last year, he broke the NCAA record for the most yards in a game, so you can't expect anything less from him this year. So that's my top 5.
Okay, so Sean cheated with the top 6. He snuck another one in there on us. All right, we'll allow it this time. And again, before I get to Melissa's list, she may throw somebody else in here as well, but you went with Jonathan Gray. I think, again, this is telling. Gray's a good back. Malcolm Brown left for the NFL. He should make a roster in the NFL. I believe he's with the St. Louis Rams. I think this speaks less to these guys' talent and more to the troubles at Texas, and we talked about it at the quarterback position as well. 4.3 per carry for Jonathan Gray. Malcolm Brown at 3.9 last year. Your marginal first-string running backs in college football gained 5+ yards per carry. Issues at Texas. moving the football through the air and on the ground. All right, Melissa, top 5 running backs coming into 2015.
I have to say, it is so odd for me to have 2 guys on top 5 for offense from a school that we've been defensive my entire life until this year. And I can't list a defender I'm excited about in this 3, but I've got 2 offensive guys I'm pumped for. It's very, very weird for me. I'll start with number 1. No argument here. Perine is amazing. I mean, that kid he's an absolute freak athlete. He's big, but he's still fast. He'll run you over. He'll run by you. I do not look forward to playing against him in Norman this year. I'm going to go Aaron Green at number 2. We haven't seen him for a full season. We really don't know what he's capable of if he plays all 12 or 13 or maybe hopefully 14 games. I think he's got a legitimate shot to be a 1,000-yard rusher. The only thing he's going to have issues with is we've got 3 other guys behind him that are going to demand some touches as well. I've got 3A, 3B here. DeAndre Washington at Tech is so explosive, and it's really the number 1 guy you're game planning against when you really don't know exactly what the quarterback is going to give you, even though we all say we like Mahomes a lot. I think Washington is kind of their X factor. Shock Linwood is right there with him. That guy, he will absolutely burn defenses. They're so known. Baylor's become so known for their passing offense, but they have had some absolutely outstanding running backs too, and I think that's gotten a little bit overlooked. They use the running game really, really well at really opportune times, and I think he'll benefit from that this season. And then I also went Jonathan Gray out of Texas at number 5. He's a guy, I'm still a little bitter against him. He was thought to be a TCU commit, flipped late to Texas back when I used to happen to us a lot. But I saw that guy in high school. He's from this area. He's just so dynamic and so talented. And not having a good quarterback behind center has hurt him a lot developmentally. But I think he's going to be a breakout kind of player. I think Strong is going to put the game in his hands more often than not, and I would expect him to do really big things this season.
All right, so the top 5 lists are fairly similar, so you guys must know what you're talking about. That's the reason I have you come on here. Melissa Triebwasser of Frogs of War. We got Tye Burger on the end with Kansas State SB Nation's Bring on the Cats, and also Sean Cordy of Today's You. All right, appreciate the insight and the information. Guys, we'll have you back soon.
Thanks.
Thanks.